Well, hello. I know yesterday at the end of the top five, I seemed a little over-emotional about Tropicana Field, and I won't change my mind. But today, let's talk about some college football, benefits of the straight seeding model, at least for this 1 year. No decisions have been made about the future college football playoff, which is just a year from now. Number 5, less whining about the games before they happen. This is one of the things that drove me nuts. Look, I get that, like, if you're a Big Ten or SEC team, you don't think you should be playing an ACC team or a Big 12 team because, oh dear God, or maybe a G5 team. Oh, we're so above them. But complaining about a game before it's actually played is kind of silly because you never know what's going to happen. As a matter of fact, I will contend the worst first-round playoff game last year happened in Knoxville, Tennessee, between the eventual national champion and an SEC team in Tennessee. That game was terrible. Tennessee didn't even show up at all. Ohio State ran right through them on their first step on the way to the national title. But man, nobody cried about that one. Ooh, we're getting Ohio State and Tennessee in the first round. It's great. Oh, but SMU and Penn State. Oh, that's not fair. Shut up. Don't like the whining. I'm still a little fired up, as you can tell. Number 4 shows that everyone can negotiate a little bit. Look, there was not a huge reason outside of the financial concessions that were going to have to be made for any of the teams involved in the college football playoff, from the Big 12 to the ACC to any of the group of 6 teams, to agree at all to some sort of switching of this, because more than likely those top 4 seeds that'll get guaranteed money for not even having to play a game and the bye will just probably be from the Big Ten and SEC who have all the money. So if you wind up being the Big 12 champion and the 5th seed and not getting that bye and getting that money, well, that kind of sucks for you. Arizona State made a bunch of money because of that last year, as did Boise State, more than they would have gotten otherwise in this model had they not agreed to that. So it shows that as we move forward, that they can negotiate a little. Number 3, better first-round matchups. Now, while I did just say, don't whine about the games before they happen, this, well, the 8 and 9 seeds should play each other, right? Like, those things should happen. The seeds should be closer together in the first round of the tournament in a 12-team scenario, and the first 4 teams should get byes because, look, if you're 11-1 and the team that gets the bye is 10-2 or 9-3 on the regular season, and possibly with a lesser schedule than you, I'm not going to say lesser conference, but lesser schedule, what did you really earn? Or was 9-3, won their conference and, got in before, it may not make for a good second round matchup. Now, I think this means the first round matchups will be better. I think if you look at last year, that would have been the case, and it would have been fine all the way across the board. I think straight seeding was the way to go, and look, credit to them for changing it after a year. Number 2.
I've gotten a lot of questions as to where people can find the best supplements.
And that's why we have the Swell Score, because we have created this platform where our team of researchers and doctors have come together to bring top-notch quality supplements and information.
We make sure that if we are recommending a product, that it hasn't been reviewed by the same company that is producing that product.
Now we have a resource that we can do that.
Keeps a 12 seed from getting a bye. Following up on that, there is a chance, especially with the way things are set up right now, where the only auto bids are, the conference champion, that 12 seed auto bid could get the first round bye if they happen to be the highest ranked conference champion. Now, that's unlikely, but it keeps, let's just say, a lower seed from getting a first round bye that could be well past the top 5 or 6. Those things can happen. It could get weird. You have no idea how these things could turn. So it kind of it keeps that from happening, and we go the top 4 getting the bye as it should be. And number 1, hopefully moves us away from auto bids. Auto bids would be colossally bad for reasons we've talked about on the show nonstop. But the biggest thing is creating an invitational instead of a tournament is just not the best way to solve it. And it takes you in a way forward. Oh, hey, we're giving you a 16-team playoff, but we're going to make sure we go backwards a little bit and make sure that we control every little part of it. That's not what the fans want. None of them want it, even the ones in the SEC and Big Ten. If you ask most of them, they'd be like, well, no, I don't want 4 auto bids from the league. Especially the Big Ten, this is the commissioner pushing this. The fans of the Big Ten aren't tribal like the SEC. They don't really care. Ohio State doesn't want Michigan in and vice versa. Indiana, like the Purdue fans who weren't even close to the playoff last year, weren't like, oh, well, at least I'm glad Indiana got in. They're in our state. Doesn't happen that way anywhere else. So hopefully it moves us away from auto bids. We'll see how that goes on down the line. This is the top 5. I have to read some polls for you right now.